A charter plane has crashed at a remote United States Air Force site in western Alaska, killing all 8 people on board. The tragedy happened on Thursday near the Cape Newenham Long-Range Radar Site Airport, a military airstrip located roughly 450 miles, or 725 kilometers, west of Anchorage. The aircraft had departed from Ted Stevens Anchorage International Airport and was heading toward Cape Newenham. According to aviation officials, the plane went down at approximately 12:15 p.m. local time, while approaching the remote facility. Rescue teams later reached the crash site and confirmed that there were no survivors. The aircraft was a civilian-contracted Cessna 441, a twin-engine plane operated by Security Aviation. The National Transportation Safety Board said that 2 pilots and 6 passengers were aboard. Officials have not yet released the identities of the victims, saying their names will be made public after their families have been notified. Cape Newenham is one of Alaska's most isolated military locations. The radar site forms part of a wider network used to monitor aircraft operating in Alaskan airspace and near the country's borders. Reaching the area can be difficult because of its remoteness, harsh conditions, and limited transportation access. The crash site is now the focus of a joint investigation by the Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board. Military authorities, the U.S. Coast Guard, Alaska State Troopers, and rescue coordination teams were involved in the emergency response. Investigators will examine the aircraft, maintenance records, weather conditions, communication logs, and the final moments of the flight. At this stage, officials have not announced what caused the plane to crash. It is also not yet clear whether weather, mechanical problems, or another factor played a role. Because the accident happened at a remote site, investigators may face additional challenges while collecting evidence and documenting the scene. The Alaskan Command described the people aboard as dedicated professionals carrying out important work in a demanding environment. Behind that official statement are 8 individual lives, families, friends, and communities now facing an unimaginable loss. The accident is a painful reminder that aviation remains especially challenging in Alaska, where enormous distances, rapidly changing weather, and isolated airfields can make even routine flights dangerous. For the families of the victims, however, this is more than a crash investigation. It is the sudden loss of loved ones whose lives will be remembered far beyond the remote landscape where the tragedy occurred. As investigators work to understand what happened, officials are offering condolences and supporting the victims' families. Further information, including the names of those killed and the confirmed cause of the crash, is expected as the investigation develops. If you found this update informative, please subscribe and like the video for more respectful coverage of major stories from around the world.